I think it's going to take time. But I think Europeans are going to realize that what they thought they had with this allegiance with the United States of America was built on a lie. And some people will harden their position on American dominance. All of the right-wing nationalists, all of the fascists, the international consortium of fascists will heavily lean into the United States of America, in my opinion. They will heavily lean into American dominance. They'll say they'll harden their positions, and they'll try to make an argument about how it's actually much better because otherwise you'll have scary Chinese control over our country, and we can't have that. You will pet me, whether you like it or not. From President Macron to President Trump, my friend, we are totally in line on Syria. We can do great things on Iran. I do not understand what you are doing on the Greenland. Let us try to build the great things. I can set up a G7 meeting after Davos on Paris on Thursday afternoon. I can invite the Ukrainians, the Danish, the Syrians, and the Russians, and the Margians. Let us have the dinner together in Paris together on Thursday before you go back to the US. Love, Emmanuel. Oui, oui. In any case, Donald Trump leaks that text message, and the takeaway there is, yeah, we're totally aligned on bombing brown people. Let's just keep doing that. Like, the are you doing? You're up the bag. Jason Hickel continues. In all seriousness, this is quite a revealing conversation from the perspective of the world systems theory. Macron is appealing to Trump by saying, hey, we are both part of the imperial core. Let's focus on our shared objective of subordinating the periphery. What he fails to understand or just doesn't want to acknowledge is that there is a hierarchy within the imperial core itself. The U.S. is the main imperial power and seeks to shape the rest of the core, including Western Europe, in its own interests. This has historically included interfering in European elections and even drafting plans for invasions. The U.S. will not blink at the prospect of invading European territory in order to advance its geopolitical power. Macron is foolish if he believes that he can appeal to core solidarity, because from the perspective of the U.S., no such thing exists. The correct approach is for Europe to break from the U.S. and chart a more independent path. Here is another leaked text message from Mark Rutte, who once famously called Trump daddy in a private text message. Okay. Mark Rutte, lead of NATO, said he will find a way forward on Greenland. When one side threatens to invade, you don't offer a way forward. You use clear language to say it's unacceptable to annex a NATO ally. Mark Rutte must resign, a traitor to Europe. European liberals and European right-wingers, understand something. What Donald Trump is doing is basically just reinforcing what already existed, the system that existed that was in place. A system that, through liberal niceties, made you feel like you had a say in this, made you feel like you had some sovereignty, made you feel like you were actually retaining some of the imperial super profits. But ultimately, you were slaves to capital in the same exact way that the American administration is. Okay? And Donald Trump, recognizing the instability born out of unchecked capitalism in the aftermath of the dissolution of the USSR and where we are in 2026, is saying it's time for something different. It's time to maintain order once again. And when liberalism has failed historically in Europe, and I think you guys know that through your own histories, fascism came in as a way to reassert dominance, the dominance of capital, when there's global panic and instability. Donald Trump is doing it now. He's doing it. This kind of text messaging. Thank you, Mark Rutte, the Secretary General of NATO, says Donald Trump. Mr. President, dear Donald, what you have accomplished in Syria today is incredible. I will use my media engagements in Davos to highlight your work there in Gaza and in Ukraine. I am committed to finding a way forward on Greenland. Can't wait to see you. Yours, Mark. I cannot believe how much Mark Rutte sucks Donald Trump's penis, dude. I think it's going to take time. But I think Europeans are kind of going to realize that what they thought they had with this allegiance with the United States of America was built on a lie. And some people will harden their position on American dominance. All of the right-wing nationalists, all of the fascists, the international consortium of fascists will heavily lean into the United States of America, in my opinion. They will heavily lean into American dominance. They'll say they'll harden their positions, and they'll try to make an argument about how it's actually much better because otherwise you'll have scary Chinese control over our country, and we can't have that. But the pathway for European sovereignty comes from decoupling from the United States of America and leveraging relationships with China. Okay? That's it. If you don't do that, America's self-destructive fascist forces are going to come for you as well. and their allies in your country will destroy you so that America can easily control it, so that America can easily control your lives and easily control your country. At least for all of my criticisms of Canadians, they very quickly realized that, right? That was the Mark Carney electoral victory. Pierre Poilievre was doing very well in the polls. Everybody hated Justin Trudeau, and there were plenty of people who were willing to vote for PP. But what happened? Trump started talking about how he's going to annex Canada, and Canadians woke up very quickly to the dangerous alignment that Pierre Poilievre had with the United States of America, and they voted against it. Okay? And there are still Canadians in your ranks. If you are Canadian, there are still Canadians in your ranks that have this same design, that want American intervention, that want American annexation. They're called Albertans. Okay? What will most likely take place in Canada in the upcoming years, if Trump does actually remain unchecked and doesn't receive any pushback from the likes of Mark Rutte, which seemingly is not coming, he will feel more emboldened to go and overtake Canada as well. Okay? And when they do that, there will be the Albertan separatist movement that wants to unify with America. Obviously, that referendum will fail. And then America will say, oh my God, there's electoral fraud here. It must be the Venezuelan Dominion machines that caused electoral fraud to take place. We have to fight for Albertan dignity, fight for Albertan independence, and then boom, annexation.
You will pet me whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not.